Hello, my fellow Chads in training. Welcome back to another episode of the 2K Club. We're starting a fresh week, long way from where we began. Progress photos, as you saw yesterday, looking absolutely great. Got a lot to work towards this week, although I'm quite busy, so my training is going to be a little bit offset as well this week. So I'm not going to be training 5 days, I'm going to be training 3 days. But other than that, we should be doing okay. Today is carb day, so going to be loading up on those carbs. Got sweet potato, regular potatoes, and parsnips as well. So get those numbers up. Should give me lots of energy to work towards. I'm curious to see how my weight on the scale will look at the end of this week because for the first time since this progress started, my weight actually appeared higher on the scale last week, and that's when I started doing carb load days. So I'm interested to sort of see how that continues to progress, and when I get the scan, we can check that against body fat, glycerin, and other stuff going on in my body to sort of make sure that I'm still achieving my fitness goals. All in all, start today off to a great start, no trouble at all. My skin's been a bit bad because I've not slept very well over the weekend. I was very busy and just didn't go to bed on time, and that's on me. So something to work towards to making sure that I'm not just messing myself up. That will get better. Drinking a lot of water has definitely been helping with that, and staying hydrated is my big goal this week. I've been falling behind on it. It's been one of those things I've been letting slip where I'm just drinking 4 liters a day instead of the 4.5 liters, and it's not enough. And I need to be pushing myself to make sure that I am indeed drinking the minimum, which is 4.5 liters that I'm targeting. So I'm also going to make sure I keep putting it in on my Garmin watch. My only problem is it's a bit fiddly when you put in the hydration because it kind of loads and gets a little bit wonky. And I just keep putting it off, and I need to stop making excuses and just get that done. The good news is the sun's starting to come out again as we're coming up towards spring, so getting very close to being able to get the Chad bod out, which would be great. So just got to keep working on it, build some muscle, and get over a little bit of the body feelings of like, oh, I'm feeling a bit small right now. That's, I know, something that I'm just going to build muscle on, and I'll put the time in, eat the correct amount of food, and just keep working towards it. So guys, that's going to be a quick start to today. I will jump in because food will be ready very, very soon, and I'll show you the first meal, and we'll progress from there. So, see you real soon. Okay guys, this is meal 1 for today. So, big carb load. We've got sweet potato, about 320 grams of that. I will figure out exactly how much that is after, because I'm going to have to weigh out the skins and then deduct that from how much I actually ate, because obviously I'm not going to eat the skins. 250 grams of pork belly and 363 grams of potatoes. Very, very calorie dense. This is going to be over 1,500 calories on its own. Really looking forward to it because I was really hungry last night and I'm really hungry now. So definitely going to be diving into this in good spirits. And then to take the little bit on the side as a nice little treat, we have 31 grams of absolute dark chocolate. Yeah, pretty standard for, this is going to be my standard carb day stuff. I've got a meal later with my granddad, which is going to be a little bit different because he insists on cooking. And so I said, okay, well, if you insist on using oil, you're going to have to use the one I pick, which will be avocado oil, which is listed as okay in the book, 2 meals a day, which you can find linked in the description below. Strongly recommend you read that book if you haven't before embarking on your Chad journey. All right, guys, I'm going to eat this and stop talking, and I'll catch you a little bit later for... Hey guys, it's time for a wrap up of day 64 of the Body Development 2K Club Challenge. So, I didn't actually get you a video of food earlier because I was at my grandparents and I didn't really want to get the camera out and start recording. I also didn't manage to get a photo of the food, but overall, it was a really big meal and my total calories today came out at 3,201. So quite a bit over, and I didn't train today since I was taking a day to spend with an evening with my grandparents, because one of the challenges I found with this kind of training schedule is basically every single evening of my week is taken up. And on weekends when I do other stuff, I was running out of time to sort of see people or do stuff that I wanted to do. So I wanted to take one day off to go do some stuff. And I've got to try and fit that in every now and again. It's not something I intend to do where I start cutting out training sessions every week, but I'm gonna make sure that I still get time to spend doing stuff with family when special occasions turn up. Like it was my auntie's birthday today, so this is kind of one of the things that happened when I went to my grandparents. So I only burned off 2,201 calories, giving me a surplus of 1,000. So the goal is to eat maintenance. I've ate a surplus of 1,000. So over the week, what I can do to balance that out is, well, normally based on how I normally eat and how much I burn off, I will probably catch that up. But it's something to keep in mind that I might skip the next carb day, and then just sort of eat in a deficit, and that should sort of cover it. But I'm going to keep working on it because the first carb day I was 500 calories under. This one I'm 1,000 over. So I'm going to have to experiment a little bit. Obviously, this was a big meal. I haven't eaten this kind of steak in a while. Something a little bit different. I don't cook anything with oils and that. However, my granddad, it's very different. So what I did is I purchased some avocado oil, which is one of the 2 types of oil recommended in the 2 Meals a Day book. Links down below. It's essentially a more okay type of oil to eat with your food if you do want to cook. So that was used to cook the steak. Then an air fryer was used to cook some chips. They were frozen chips. Ideally, I normally wouldn't eat that, but again, my grandparents was making it, so I wasn't going to get too funny about it. And then some portobello mushrooms. So 3 of those as well. It came out as a really big meal. It was very dry because obviously I'm not having that with any sauce. The T-bone itself was 810 grams, so it was like bigger than your face. Whenever you eat something bigger than your face, you've always got to be wondering, is this a smart decision? The answer is yeah, it's not something I'm going to be doing very often, but I really wanted to. My granddad went to the effort of picking it up, especially from a local butcher's and stuff. So all in all, really good. And the first meal where I've kind of gone off plan, but I'll be back on my plan from tomorrow, and then working through things. Tomorrow I've got stretch and move, and then progressing the weekend to fit. Then Thursday will be Metcon upper. I think it's weights with the Swiss ball weights, and yeah, go from there. I'm supposed to be seeing a friend in London on Saturday, but I'm still trying to decide whether or not I'm going to be able to do that. So I'll figure that out and yeah, make my plans around that. So all in all, absolutely not hungry at all. I've eaten a lot today, a lot more. My food was a lot more oily. It's actually kind of weird, like I can really taste it now because I haven't been using oil for a while, but on my food, like I could taste it on the steak and that, and I don't know if I like it. I think I can kind of get used to just not eating with oils and stuff like that. I'm conscious that I've not had avocado in a few days, so that probably means the stuff that I've got is going to be going bad soon. So I need to get that down. It's also making sure I'm getting the extra vitamins from something that's not just carbs and meat. I have been taking my vitamin C's, which has been helping a little bit with that, but I want to make sure that I'm eating those avocados when planned. And part of that is on training day, but days where I'm not training, I can't eat pork belly, because pork belly, half a pack of pork belly is about 900 calories on its own. And then when you add on some enough potatoes, you get about 180 calories there. And then that basically leaves me about 700 to work with through the rest of the day. And of course, chicken thighs, if you take 400 grams of that, you're already blowing your budget and you haven't got anything else to eat. So I haven't purchased any pork belly for the rest of this week. I've got 4 regular sized pork chops. They're about 400 calories each. With the potatoes, that'll be 580. And that'll give me room for chocolate as well. So that'll get me up to about 600. And then I can have the avocado and the chicken thighs in the evenings, and that's going to give me a much better chance of hitting my protein goals. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good summary of the day. I'm going to be wrapping it up here, and we can jump in again tomorrow and go over this all again. So I hope you guys have a good evening, and I'll catch you for the next one. Cheers. Doing extremely well. Today I've got stretch and move a little bit earlier than my usual classes. I'm really looking forward to it. I've just been practicing a little bit of some of the sequences so that I can actually make sure that I can do them at pace with the class. Because it's not so much about being able to do the movements, it's kind of just I need to get to the point where my brain isn't thinking about doing the movement. So I just perform it. So I can then start advancing onto the more complex stuff and start challenging my body. But this morning, woke up feeling really, really good. Last night was the first time I felt like really full for a while because I had that huge steak with my granddad. So there was a little bit of bloating there, but that's gone now and I'm feeling a lot better. Just really looking forward to eating my lunch and getting back on plan. I was a 1,000 calorie surplus yesterday. So that's not going to be the overall goal for our maintenance days, which is our carb days. The goal then is on the next carb day, if I eat that at probably a 500, if I try and hit that on maintenance, yeah, okay. If I hit that on maintenance and then over the next 2 days, just account for the fact that I've picked up a little bit of extra calories, then I can get my total numbers in line with that so that my carb days are within maintenance. And of course I can figure it out because I know that on my maintenance days, I didn't train and it was about 2200 on the calorie burns. So that's what I should be aiming for on training days, because the previous carb day was the first one I tried, I ended up burning 3000 calories when I only ate 2600. So I was under by quite a lot. And it's kind of going to be a bit of playing around because the carb days move, because they're just like carb day, 2 days without it, carb day, 2 days without it. The types of classes I have shift in terms of how intense the workouts are. So it's good. It's an actual extra level of challenge. And I guess what you guys could do if you're doing this at home is maybe dedicate specific days for your carb days so that you can keep your data tracked. For me, I'm going to have to look at historic data across a couple of those days and then figure out exactly how much I need to eat or plan to eat for that day. Anyway, guys, I'm going to just jump straight over to the food now because it's all cooked and ready, and show you what I'm eating today. It's nothing extraordinarily different, but yeah, for accountability purposes, it's probably a good idea that you see exactly what you were dealing with. So just see you in a second. And guys, this is meal one for today. So nothing out of the ordinary. It's just pork. It's not pork belly. It's a pork tenderloin. So it's a little bit less calorie dense because there's a lot less fat on it. Only about 400 calories per slice. There's 334 grams of potato and 31 grams of absolute dark chocolate. So I'm gonna really enjoy eating this, and I'll catch you guys up for meal two a little bit later. And this is meal two for today. So we have 152 grams of avocado, 296 grams of chicken thighs, and 31 grams of absolute dark chocolate. I'll go over the full calorie breakdown later as I haven't put the data in just yet, because I'm having this one a little bit later than planned. I'll get back on cycle tomorrow. I've been busy with work and that, and I've let it all slip. So I've got to get my life back in order and sort a few things out. But other than that, food's ready, and I'm going to enjoy this now. Overall, a very successful day. Stretch and move class, getting a little bit better. I get a little bit frustrated with myself when I'm trying to go through the sequences, and it doesn't make sense in my head. Like when you're trying to alternate right leg forward, left arm up when you're doing the crawls on the mat, and when you're going up, and then when you're coming back down, because like instinctively I do left side then right side, and I keep sort of like losing the pace with that. So that's kind of annoying. It's some of the stuff I just have to practice at home just to get it, because I feel like it's not something I'm just going to pick up in class fast enough. Which is unfortunate, but it just means, yeah, just something to work on and get a little bit better at. Overall, I can do a quick breakdown of the calories. We ate 1,900. We burned off 2,568, giving us a nice little deficit of 668. That's pretty good. Anytime we can get a little bit over the 500 will help with the 1,000 surplus I was on. Ultimately, that's going to balance out to be a relatively normal maintenance day. My next carb load day for maintenance is Thursday. So yeah, I've got plenty of time to account for the fact that I had that big surplus on Monday. But yeah, no, doing good. I'm a bit tired now. It's pretty late at night and just ready to go to bed, to be honest. Not very much else to report. I'm not hungry. I'm actually fine. Just yeah, good times all around. So I'm gonna go to bed now, get up and do my job again tomorrow morning. But I'll be back for another vlog, and we can just keep this train rolling, guys. Just keep at it, keep working on your goals, and if you start getting stuck with a workout or something like that, don't worry about it. Practice a little bit. If you're getting stuck on plateaus with your weights, just take the weights down a little bit, increase the rep ranges. If you're doing movements and you're doing more calisthenics or something like that, you want to just sort of just take it a little bit easier, practice just the supported movements, getting better and better each time. And eventually it'll get easier. But yeah, no, all in all, keep working on it. And make sure you stay hydrated. Hydration is my big focus this week. Hit it today. And it's just a case of making sure I just keep doing that every week. I've got fit tomorrow. That's going to be a tough class, but I'll get through. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me. I will catch you on the next one. So cheers. see you soon. So today is another bright and sunny day. I say sunny, it's freezing outside, but for all intents and purposes, I'm feeling great. We have fit this evening. Well, I say we, I'm still getting used to pretending, well, not pretending, knowing it's all me and my mind and my body aren't separate. It's just kind of a weird thing. Yeah, you know, I'm sure a lot of you do that too. The royal we, right? So this evening's class is fit, so that's going to be really tough. Ultimately, that means I do get a bit of a larger calorie allowance for today. It probably means I'm going to be looking to burn around 2,800 to 3,000, depending on what else I get up to throughout the day. So I'm going to account for that. I've got food in the oven right now. It'll be ready very soon, so I'll be able to show you guys exactly what I'm going to be eating for the day. But woke up around 8:45, no problems at all. Haven't been struggling with hunger. It's actually coming up to 1 o'clock. Alexa, stop. So yeah, I've not been really struggling with any of that, and it's yeah, going really, really well for me at the minute. I haven't weighed myself this week actually. Normally I'd sort of do a check-in about halfway through, but one of the things I want to do before I check my weight is to make sure I go to the bathroom. And because of this weird 2 meals a day, very calorie controlled diet, I'm not actually using the bathroom that much. So it kind of feels like stepping on the scales, like, oh, I'm not really giving myself a fair test. So I've not been doing it, although I should be doing that and making sure that I'm getting stats in the middle of the week just so I can keep an eye on what's happening. Otherwise, I'm going to get to Sunday, do the weigh-in, and then I'll do the scan on Monday, and I've kind of denied myself a week's worth of data to sort of like make changes or see how things are getting on and make adjustments where necessary. So that's something I'd recommend for you guys, is to, while it is important to have like a weekly weigh-in and do a weekly progression photo, so you've got something to go back and look over, you want to make sure that you're also just every now and again step on the scale to sort of track, and you can sort of see if anything's up or down. Like for example, I found out last Sunday when I did my weigh-in that my weight was up about 1 kilo from where my last weigh-in, which was the first time. But that said, I've dropped so much so quickly. I don't believe I've put on 1 kilo of fat mass when I've still been eating in a deficit. So probably water, because as I said, I've been making an extra effort to make sure that I'm drinking a lot more. And my previous scans have been suggesting that I've been dehydrated. So that would suggest why my weight has dropped down. It's because I've just, it's water weight that I'm fluctuating between. So guys, I'm going to check out from here, but I'll just serve up some food now, and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm going to be eating, and I'll catch you guys in just a second. And as promised, meal one for today. So there's 333 grams of potato, 1 pork chop, and 31 grams of absolute dark chocolate. Nothing out of the ordinary, just lightly seasoned with salt, get a bit more of that sodium back in. Really good meal all around. A little bit lower in calories and, like I said, in pork belly, which we talked about yesterday. But all around, yeah, I'm not just going to stop saying all around and just eat this, because I am struggling to concentrate. Right now, I'm just seeing this food in front of me. And I get this thing now where I'm just like, I'm salivating. I'm like, all right, get it out, get it out, get it out. And I'm just falling all over my tongue. So I'm now going to enjoy this, and I'll catch you guys up for meal 2 a little bit later. And guys, this is meal 2 for today. So there's 333 grams of chicken thighs. And then there's 126 grams of avocado. It's starting to go a bit bad, so catching it on the very last day before I'd throw this out. And 30 grams of absolute dark chocolate. All in all, this brings our calories for today up to about 2,100-ish. I'll do a proper review a little bit later, but right now I've got to eat this and get over for my class. So I'll catch you guys a little bit later for the wrap up. Today was fit class. That was extremely tough. I'm getting better at it though. Some of my rep ranges are going beyond 15 in the sets, which is, I didn't think I would. And I've not had to fall back to easier versions of the exercises either. I'm managing to get to the end of the circuit, which is a massive improvement from where I started. My press ups would eventually break down to the point where I had to use my knees. My dips would have my feet on the floor. And now I'm actually increasing the difficulty of the exercises throughout. It takes just a bit of practice. For example, the rows that we do when we on the frames, where you essentially, it's like a pull-up, except you're level on the floor, now sort of like lifting one leg off the ground and performing those rows and getting there, almost getting the full rep ranges on the more difficult movements. So just keep ramping up the difficulty and see how we get on with it. Actually, weirdly enough, this evening, my knee is kind of acting up. It feels a little bit like there's like a bit of fluid or some cartilage or something in moving around, which is weird because I normally get it in the right knee and I've got it in the left at the moment. So I'm not sure if I push a little bit too hard on it or what, but yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. See how I am tomorrow. I've only got one more class this week. Tomorrow, Friday, I've got some other stuff going on, so I'm not going to be able to train. But we'll take it easy on the calories, and we'll take that into consideration. Speaking of calories, let's do a quick wrap up of the day. Today I ate 2,799. No, I did not eat that many. That's how many I've burned. I actually ate 1,939. So my total deficit was 860, so we're over the 500, and the extra 300 in there, 360 to be precise, will kind of go against the 1,000 surplus I had on Monday. So taking that into account as well, that I had a surplus yesterday, I'm going to get that down to probably close to maintenance on the average line, which will be good. Tomorrow is a carb day, is it? Yeah, tomorrow is carb day. Woot. So going to be enjoying a larger amount of food, and I know I need to aim for about 2,500 in total and not 3,000 because it's a Thursday, and Thursday training sessions historically give me around 2,600 to 2,800 max. I don't want to be eating in a deficit, but I don't want to be overdoing it, and going to be nice and careful. Plan to eat about 2,500 and see where I am, and obviously for carb days in the future I'll consider what I need to change if I'm not hitting maintenance. But all in all, I'm not hungry at all right now. I am just very tired, ready to go to bed. And aside from the bit of trouble with my knee, I'm feeling good. I'm in good mood, good spirits, not struggling to think. Working on a couple of things for a game I'm playing, trying to strategically figure things out. It's stressing me out, but I know it's good because I mentally and cognitively can go through the steps of trialing different things and practicing different parts. And I know that if my moods were lower or if I was lacking enough energy, I just wouldn't be able to do that. So all in all, pretty positive. Realistically, I probably should have spent more time editing videos, but that's kind of become my life at the moment, is editing these series together along with some of the other stuff I do on the other podcasts that I take part in. But yeah, no, things are going really well for me, and still glad to be on this journey. I'm more than halfway at this point. I should be about 25% of the way through this phase, this second part of the phase. We have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4 is going to be trying to put on a bit of muscle mass, and figuring out these carb days as quickly as possible is very important. So yeah, about 25% of the way through the building phase. I'm going to call it the build phase. The first phase was the cut phase. Second phase is a build phase, and we'll see where we end up at the end. But I'm loving the results at the moment when I see myself in the mirror. It is a challenge to not be a little bit vain sometimes when you walk past and you get a glimpse of your abs. Obviously, they're not 100% visible because the lighting is a huge part of it, but I can see them coming through. I can see the definition. I'm feeling really good about that. I've got a scan on Monday, so I'll see exactly what's going on with my body fat percentage and then make changes accordingly based on that. That's just the biggest advantage I've got access to, is the body development scans, because then I know if I'm making decisions based on wrong data, or if I need to push harder or change things. I've got all of that information in front of me. And again, this would be a lot harder if I wasn't using some kind of tracking activity tracker and tracking my food. It would just be a case of you just be throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what works. It's going to take you way longer than you need to. Like, doing this properly is not taking very long at all. Dropping 10 kilos of body fat in 8 weeks was insane. I probably dropped even more again this week, but we'll find out, and I'll just keep working towards my goals. So guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you for watching. Try to subscribe if you can, and like for more weekly content. If you're working on your own fitness journey and you just need to pick me up, or you just need to go through and see, I want to watch somebody struggle. I want to watch somebody go through this whole thing. Keep watching. I'll keep posting these, and hopefully when we get to the end of this, I have something I'm very proud of, and you're inspired to stay on your diet, you're going to stay on your training schedule, and you're going to keep pushing yourself. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Welcome back to another day of the Body Development 2K Club. Today, woke up feeling really great. Woke up today feeling really good, got 8 hours sleep, feeling very energized, got up, able to get on with my work, no problems at all. Hunger hasn't been too bad. In fact, it's past 12 now and I'm still not feeling like super hungry to the point where I'm not going to be able to work. So great place to be in, honestly. Today is also carb day. So, I need a better tune. Carb day, yeah, go up. Carb day, because we want more energy. So this is going to be a day where I'm going to aim to eat my maintenance calories, which is going to be on a Thursday, probably around 2,600 is going to be the correct amount. So I'm going to be eating a lot more in carbs, and that's how I'm going to build up the additional calories. I'm not just going to throw more protein down. Although that said, there's going to be some more chicken thighs in this evening's meal. Yeah, it should give me plenty of room to go with. We've also got some parsnips as well. So sweet potato, potatoes, parsnips, and additional chicken thighs. And that will get us through. Actually, this week, I've done my shopping so razor thin. I'm looking forward to sharing with you the amount that I spent over the whole week for this, because it's actually quite insane. Actually, no, it's slightly more than I thought. Never mind. But it's no. For the most part, yeah. No. That's fun, and I will share that with you on Sunday. I keep the receipts and everything here because everyone needs to show receipts. Otherwise, you're just gonna see like another one of those body transformation videos where you're like, that's not even the same person. Like, what's the point? So, guys, stay with me. I'm going to show you what I'm going to be eating for today, and I'll catch you up on meal 2, and then we'll do a wrap up of the day. This is my last training day of the week. So over my next couple of days, I'm going to be taking it quite easy on my intake of calories. And, we'll figure it out from there. But about 1,700 is on a day where I'm not active, and aiming for about 2,200 on my more active days, where maybe about 2,300, 400. And then on my really heavy days, it's going to be about 3,000 calories maintenance. So, yeah. Good times ahead. Today we're going to aim to eat about 2,600 and go from there. Anyway, see you in a second. And guys, this is meal 1 for today. So I have 380 grams of normal potatoes, 384 grams of sweet potato, but that is with the skin on, so I'll have to weigh the skins after I've finished eating to put the data in right, and 1 pork chop, and then 31 grams of absolute 100% dark chocolate on the side, which is by far the most expensive thing on my shopping list. But other than that, it's really good. It adds calories and it's not spending more money on meat. So it's more, no, actually, I don't know. If I just took the money off of the chocolate, because the chocolate bars were like 180 each, and then put that into more chicken thighs, I could get the protein counts up. Something to consider. I mean, I like mixing it up a little bit, but if you're doing this at home, you can absolutely cut the chocolate and then put in more protein and go from there. But I'm going to eat this, and I'll catch you guys up for meal 2 a little bit later. And guys, this is meal 2 for our carb day. We have 334 grams of potato, 301 grams of chicken thighs. It was the last in the pack, otherwise I would have gone up to 400 quite comfortably, and 154 grams of parsnip. Then on the side, 31 grams of absolute dark chocolate. I'm going to eat this and get ready, head over to the gym for my workout. But all in all, our total calories come out to about 2,500, which is bang on what we were targeting. By the time we've trained and head over to the gym, as long as we're walking, not taking the car, we're going to hit that on maintenance. So today, looking very good. I'll give you an update when I review the end of the day. So stay with me and I'll catch you guys soon. And good evening, guys. It's time for a wrap up of the day. Overall, we had another good one. We had Metcon strength with the medicine balls. So essentially it's doing a lot of like press exercises, shoulder presses and stuff like that, using a medicine ball for working your core and balance. Really tough workout. My knee's feeling a bit funny. I think during fit, I think that's where I've been injuring my foot as well, with the lots of running on the step, hitting just a little bit too hard, and on my squats coming down a little bit too deep. My knees are kind of caving a little bit, and I've got a tiny bit of feels a little bit like fluid like in the joint on the left hand side, which is weird because I usually get trouble with my right. So my PT recommended actually coming down only to about parallel instead of below parallel, ass to grass, and trying that out for my squats for a while and sort of seeing if that leaves the tension. So I'll start doing that because it's starting to cause me to break my form because my knee feels a bit funny and I start tilting a bit. I don't really want to be doing that. Yeah, all in all, we had some good meals today, carb day. I did really well on the calories. In total, I was 2,334 in, 2,444 out, deficit 110, so pretty much close to maintenance. My PT recommends that my daily deficits at this point should go down to about 300 a day. So collectively over the averages, obviously when you have when I have days where I'm going to be eating my maintenance as well, my overall deficit is going to be coming down to aiming to about 300 if I'm doing it right. I had a bit of a surplus on the first carb day this week. Second carb day, I got it just right. In fact, I'm in a deficit by 110. So I could have eaten, it would have been nice if I'd have eaten the avocado as well. Got a little bit of extra vitamin C. Is there vitamin C in avocado? I don't know, it's green. So I just don't want to get scurvy. Anyway, I'll keep drinking the vitamin C capsules that I've got. You just mix them with water. Make sure you're getting those nutrients as well, especially on a carnivorous diet. You don't want to be getting scurvy or anything weird like that. That would just be really, really unfortunate. What else to report? I'm not training tomorrow. The weekend, I've got some stuff I've got to be doing. So Saturday, I won't get a log. You'll get a log at the end of Sunday. My weekends are generally pretty busy and I'm out and about and I don't really want to start shooting a log when I'm with friends or with other people and stuff. Like, it's just a bit rude in a way. I'm one of those people who hates getting their phone out if you're around other people. It's just, are you with me or are you with someone else? So yeah, so you guys you'll hear again from me tomorrow, and then of course on Sunday when we'll do a big wrap up. I've got the scan on Monday, so you'll find out in a future video what my results for that was. Really looking forward to it. I'm building some muscle at this point while still reducing body fat percentage down to single digits without cannibalizing muscle, and that's the biggest thing that I'm worried about at this stage. I've also still got my consultation with my PT, the 15 minutes that I won for the 2K Club Challenge. So I'm really looking forward to that. Probably going to be talking a bit about supplementation and about carb cycling. Probably going to recommend that I start taking creatine. And if that's the case, I'll start mixing that with water and including that with my hydration plan. But I'll let you guys know exactly what's going on and what the changes are, and you'll get some progress photos and stuff like that. So guys, I'm going to wrap it up here, but I'm looking forward to catching you tomorrow for more of the same. Anyway, guys, peace out. See you on the next one. So far, so good. We're in the middle of March 11th. Feeling great. Had a full 8 hours rest yesterday and got up. I've been able to get on with my work and stuff like that. All in all, really, really good. Nothing to complain about. So today, I'm not actually training. I've got stuff I've got to do this evening. So I'm going to be keeping my calorie count down. My target is around 1,700. I'm not going to be aiming to eat more than that because I'm not really going to get my steps in either. I've just got to really buckle down and get some work done. So making sure that I keep to a regular 500 deficit, even though I know my average only needs to be about 300. I'm going to start adjusting my numbers over time, and then I'll get that onto that sweet spot. Other stuff going on, knees feeling a little bit better today than it did yesterday. Felt a little bit weird trying to do squatting exercises. I'm going to practice going parallel instead of vast grass because that was, when doing that with weight, it was starting to twinge my knee a little bit and I just felt a little bit uncomfortable. And the last thing you want to be is under a weight when your knee gives out, right? I've seen too many videos on Reels or Instagram stories or TikTok, whatever. Choose your little scrolly platform of video choice and don't look at it. The best advice I can give. Yeah, that's pretty much everything for today. I've got a scan on Monday. I'm going to keep talking about that in almost every video because I will appreciate that you guys watch this as a one long episode for a whole week. For me, this is a new day, so it kind of just feels like having that conversation again. But really looking forward to seeing the results of that and how these carb days are impacting me. Today is not a carb day, so we will not be going as mad on the potato, parsnips, and sweet potato. Anyway, guys, this is only going to be a short update because there's not really much more to add. Don't want to take up your time just saying, and so the weather is okay, because whenever you talk about the weather, that is literally it. That's when the conversation is over. You've run out of things to say and you're just being polite to the other person. Like if a bartender ever says it to you, it's because they don't care about your life. they don't even care to ask you how was your day or anything like that, because I've got to make small talk, and it's something we all look at occasionally out the window. All right, guys, I will catch you real soon for lunch, so stay with me. And guys, this is meal one for today. So I have 331 grams of potato, one lamb chop, and 31 grams of absolute dark chocolate. Hey guys, welcome for a wrap up of the week. This weekend I've been just all over the place. I had a bit of a bad one actually. My mood was pretty low, and I didn't end up getting content for that. But I did get my tracking and stuff, so I can give you guys the data for where we stand. I've got the scan tomorrow, so we can see exactly what the impact is on what changes I've made and sort of see how that works. The carb days have been super interesting. My deficit's nowhere near what it was before. I'm a little bit worried, but we'll see what it says on the scan, and then I'll ask my PT, oh, where should I change? Am I eating too much on carb days? Am I not eating enough? And we'll make those adjustments. So firstly, let's jump in with the overall split. So my total in was 15,413. My total out was 16,743, giving me a total deficit of 1,330. The averages for that was in 2,201, out 2,391, deficit 190. My PT said to aim for about a 200 to 300 deficit. No, I think it was about a 300 deficit he said to aim for at this point, because my body fat is now getting quite low and I want to start building a bit of muscle in between. So I'm going to have to just keep up those classes and keep doing training, and I'll see what it says on the scan. If my body fat's gone up, then obviously I'm going to have to make some changes, but all in all, not too bad. My carb days specifically, I had 3 of them this week. My average in was 2,684. My average out was 2,325, giving me a surplus of 359 on those days, which leads to 190 on my regular days off. So I mean, there is that one day where I had that big steak with my granddad's. That's not something I intend to do every week. That was about 3,200 calories, and I didn't train that day either because it was a special thing I was doing with him. So I'm going to try to avoid doing that again, and try and keep it close to maintenance on those days, and we'll see how we get on. Sorry if I'm sounding a bit tired. It's a little bit late. It's just ticked past midnight, but I wanted to make sure that I break this down. I did promise to talk a bit about the amount of money spent. So at the start of the week, I spent about £5.68 in Sainsbury's, and I got myself some chicken thighs, I got myself some pork, and then I had to pick up some potatoes, and parsnips, and sweet potatoes. All in all, I think my meats cost about £5.85, and then the potatoes on top was an additional like £4 or something. So I spent about £9, and that saw me through pretty much the entire week, because you get 4 pieces of pork in the pork chops, which is 4 days, essentially 4 lunches. Chicken thighs, I'm eating about 300 a day and getting like a kilo at times, so you're getting about 3-4 days out of that. And I had to go to Sainsbury's today. That actually doesn't add up for a whole week, interestingly. So my shopping might have been a little bit higher than that. I probably had one more receipt that I missed. Oh, I had stuff that carried on from the previous week, which obviously then throws the math off. But I went to Lidl today and I picked up my shopping. In total, it was £12.94, and I managed to get myself 4 large avocados, 2 kilograms of baby potatoes, a kilo of chicken thighs, some vitamin C orange tablets, just to sort of supplement the fact that I'm not eating a lot of fruit or anything at the moment, just so I don't get scurvy. Around a kilo of sweet potatoes as well, and pork as well. Pork chops, just over a kilo of that. So there was 6 pork chops in the box, so that's going to last me 6 days. Chicken thighs, that's going to last me about 3 days. So all in all, I should have enough food for about 4 days for that £12.94. I don't need any more chocolate. And so I can now pretty much get it at this point in my shopping about £17 a week, which is great because all my bills have gone up, including my council tax, which is part of the reason why I'm in such a foul mood this weekend, to be honest. Something else I'm finding really interesting, the days that I do eat carbs, the next day when I wake up, I feel so much more exhausted. Like I feel way, way more tired than when I don't eat the carbohydrates now. And I'm not sure if that's um, if that's just in my head or if that's like a real thing from the way my body's now choosing between using fat as a resource or using glycerin or fat. Glycerin or carbohydrates as my source of energy. I'm not sure, but it's just been really interesting. Those days where I've just had those carb days, I've woke up the next day and I've it's been difficult to get out of bed versus the other days where I sort of like woke up and I can't go back to sleep. I'm like, okay, I guess I just might as well get up. But yeah, all in all, good week. I'm back to training again on Tuesday. I've got plans tomorrow evening, so I'm going to miss Metcon cards, which is unfortunate because it's one of the big ones for the week. But stretch and move, fit, then strength with the Swiss ball, weights with Swiss ball, and then upper weights next Friday. 4-day plan that'll be pretty good. 5 days is already quite intense. I should be okay. I would stick to 5 days, but literally there's some days a week where I want to do some stuff with my family and stuff. And it's just been getting a little bit intense because like for the first 2 months it was easier, but now I'm sort of like realizing, I'm not really spending time with them. So I do want to try and fit in some time in the evenings to catch my family. Then it doesn't have to be every week. I'll go back into 5 sessions next week. I'll also say hydration. Again, Sundays are really bad for this because I've got a large live stream that I do for my other channel with my friend. It's one of the nerdy stuff, and whilst sitting on the stream, I don't want to have to keep getting up and going to the restroom while we're doing that. So I don't drink as much on Sundays, which obviously it rolls into my scans on Monday. So that's something I need to fix. So I'm going to drink a bunch of this water and hope it doesn't keep me up all night. And I'm going to go to bed now. But guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. I appreciate it was a lot shorter than the other ones. I will get that sorted out for next week, that will have much more. I'll also show you the progress photos next week as well, so you can get an idea of where I'm at. And yeah, so last thing to say, just please shoot us a like if this content was valuable to you, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more great content to help you through your fitness journey, and you can sort of work alongside me to get to your goals. And yeah, let me know in the comments below if you got any questions or how you're feeling about the whole thing in general. So guys, that's it. So see you on the next one. Have a great end to your week.